Thank you so much for having me here, and I'd also like to just have Molly wave hello. Molly Anderson from Lutheran Theological Seminary, who's been working with me to try to help get this program up and running. And we have had a network, an Interfaith Hospitality Network in Northwest Philadelphia for the past 20 years. Basically, it's congregations from the wealthiest parts of Chestnut Hill all the way through to Lower Germantown. So we really have a very diverse group of congregations and participants in the network. What we do is we organize churches and synagogues and masjids to work together to take turns sheltering a small number of families from the community, in their community. So the bulk of our families come from Northwest Philadelphia, although lately we've had quite a number of families who are coming to us from Northeast Philadelphia, and that's why we realized that we needed to see whether this community was interested in having a program up here like the program that we have in Northwest Philadelphia. We are not a shelter, we are a program. And we're not a stationary shelter, but basically our families stay as guests. They are hosted in local congregations. One local congregation at a time will host 3 or 4 families at a time. That's the total amount of people in the program. Our program is geared towards working poor. So a family like Barbara's, where she was managing and then lost her job, or a situation where a husband may leave a wife and children. Sometimes we have married couples with their children. Sometimes we'll have a grandmother who's raising her granddaughter, families of all configurations. And we are really an alternative to the city shelter system. We in Philadelphia really like our neighborhoods, so that when your children are going to school in a neighborhood, I grew up in Mount Airy, I still live in Mount Airy. That's just the way it goes. And how many of you have always lived here or lived here for many years? Just show of hands. We like our communities. I bet more have lived in the Northeast in general. You probably were from this part of the city. When a family loses a home for whatever reason, because of an illness, because of a fire, because of a job loss, because of a domestic violence situation where the woman really wants to get away, whatever reason a family loses their home, the children are also losing their community. There are not a lot of choices here in Philadelphia. I know we have a Councilman O here, and the city shelter system is overcrowded. They have to take everybody. It's scary to families who, are working poor and have never experienced anything like this before in their lives. It's a very frightening experience to become homeless.